Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Let's Play Warframe. I'm your host with most, as always, Francois878, and today we have got a special little video for you. This is going to be the first video in my Plains of Eidolon prep mini-series that we're going to do. I'm going to tackle one aspect per video of different things that you can do to prepare yourself for the Plains of Eidolon. Obviously, until we get official word from DE as far as what we will actually need as far as progression goes, it's a little bit of a shot in the dark for us, but I'm going to do my best to try and communicate what I think y'all need to get done to be ready to go hunt some Eidolons when the Plains comes out. Now, obviously, the first video here, as you can see by the gameplay, I'm going to talk about Archwings, I'm going to talk about Archwing weapons, and I'm going to talk about what you guys can do to be ready for the Plains as far as that aspect goes. Honestly, too long didn't read version of this video, too long didn't watch. Make sure you have Forma on at least one weapon, one melee, and Archwing. And make sure that they're Archwings and weapons that you like. Honestly. The Eidolon is going to be the big bad. And so you're probably going to want a more fine-tuned sort of build for the Eidolon. But I think just for general play in the plains and kind of traversing the terrain, I don't think it's really gonna matter what Archwing you have or what weapons you have. You know, most of the content for the plains themselves will be very easy. You know, it'll be starter level content. It isn't going to be on Earth after all. So that much isn't going to matter. As far as the Eidolons themselves go, you're going to want something a little beefier. You're going to want Archwings that you know how to play, ideally. Personally, my recommendation is the Itzel for Archwing. It's got a lot of great abilities. To my knowledge, I have not seen any actual Archwing abilities in gameplay for the Plains yet, so it'll be interesting to see if you can actually use abilities in the Plains like you can in space. If that's the case, the Itzel is going to be the obvious choice because of the first ability where you just basically dash forward a couple of 100 meters. It will borderline trivialize the Plains. So we'll see if we'll see how DE changes abilities or just says, hey, you can't use abilities with your Archwing. It's just basic stats like health, HP, sprint speed, that sort of thing. And honestly, the Itzel still has the best sprint speed of any of the Archwings, so it's still probably the ideal choice. We also have the Odonta Prime, though. The Odonta is a great Archwing. It's a balanced between offense and defense, and the Odonta Prime, or the Odonta, depending on how far you are into the game, is definitely, I would say, my runner-up for Archwings. Now, as far as primary weapons go, the Velocitus, which you're seeing me fail with miserably, I am so bad with the Velocitus. It's a joke. it's awful. But the Velocitus is a great choice. It is one of the most powerful primaries, if not the most powerful primary. It does have a charge up, but it's got punch through, and it's great. It does obviously require a fair bit of accuracy to work well, though. So if you don't have those MLG skills like I don't, you can take a machine gun, the Imperator Vandal, or the I like the Phaedra, honestly. I know the Phaedra, I know that's probably not the first choice for most people, but the Phaedra I like. It's the Soma of the Archwing family, and I love it. But as far as melee weapons go, melee weapons is a little bit more cut and dry. the only melee weapon that you need is the Centaur. It is the only weapon worth putting Forma into. It is, and it's honestly, it's the coolest looking weapon of the bunch. Honestly, a sword shield combo beats out everything else that we have right now, and statistically, it's the best melee weapon as well. So, you guys might disagree with me. That's fine. Let me know down in the comments what your guys' favorite loadout is, and we'll have a discussion. But when it comes down to it, really, all you're really going to have to worry about as far as fine-tuned loadouts go, like I said, is for the actual Eidolon fight, because Archwing will probably have something to do with the Eidolon fight, so you're going to want at least some decent survivability on your Archwing and some decent damage on your weapons. But we'll see. We don't really know anything about the Eidolon fights yet, even as far as a level goes. So the Eidolons might be, you know, easy peasy level 50, 60 enemies. Even, honestly, level 80 to 90 enemies wouldn't be the most tremendous hazard. So we'll see. But this is, like I said, this is just part one. We're going to be doing a couple of different things. Frames, the focus rework, all kinds of different stuff. Until next time, I've been your host with the most, as always, Francois878, signing off.